Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Kendra, and if you're brand new here, I hope you'll stick around if you see what you like. I am going to make just a 4-ingredient key lime, actually I'm hoping for, key lime pie. And this was to be for Cinco de Mayo, but Cinco de Mayo is Sunday, so if we like it a lot, I'll make it again. I wanted to do it before Cinco de Mayo so it would be seen before Cinco de Mayo on, film. So all it takes is key lime Greek yogurt, lime jello, hot water, and Cool Whip. Doesn't sound like it would be great, but it is. Now it's going to be 5 ingredients if you want to count the graham cracker crust, which I'm not making. I'm also going to embellish with some fresh limes, just, on the top to be pretty. All right, not done this since the 70s. And if it was the same recipe, I just vaguely have a memory of it. And it wasn't Greek yogurt because I didn't know about Greek yogurt in the 70s. It was probably Yoplait. If you are not new here, welcome back, friends. I hope it turns out. All right, in order to make 2 pies, I have 2 boxes of Jell-O poured out. The one on this side is regular Jell-O. The one on this side is the Great Value brand. So it says to add half a cup of water. That's not much. And stir it all around until it's nice and dissolved. Isn't that green? Wow. It definitely smells like lime. It actually smells pretty good. I don't eat Jell-O ever, like plain. Nope, nope, nope. Not a favorite of mine. When I was 11 or 12 or somewhere around there, I had to go to Tulsa Osteopathic Hospital to have tubes put in my ears because I was not hearing at all. And all they would give me for 2 days, back then they kept you 3 days to put tubes in your ears. Anyway, for 2 days all I got was Jell-O, and I never ate Jell-O again after that. Holding a grudge much? I can still feel gritty, so I'm going to continue to stir this about in hopes that it goes ahead and melts. I put down that spatula over there and picked up a whisk, and it really worked better. And I can no longer feel any grit at all. And I used very, very, very hot water. It wasn't boiling, but it was close to it. Now it suggests that I put in 10 ounces. I think it was 10 ounces. Let me look again. All right, if you're using regular yogurt, it's 10 ounces. If you're using Greek yogurt, not ogre, ogre. If you are using Greek yogurt, it's 5 ounces. And so this is an 8-ounce container right here, and I'll use half of it. No, you'll use all but 3 ounces of it, Kendra. Math, we all need it. If you have never had Noosa brand, of any flavor really, but my favorite is probably lemon. Anyway, if you've never had this brand, oh, you should try it. And you like Greek yogurt, I mean. I wonder if there's a cover on this. It looks like there might be. Anyway, I'm going to empty out some, put it directly in here. So I'm doubling the recipe, and that's why I keep going back and trying to recall, because I want to take a pie over to my mom. So I'm going to link the recipe so that you can actually see it for yourself. And I'm going to stir this in. There we go. Now all I have to do is, if you're making 1 pie, 8-ounce container, but this is 2 pies, so a 16-ounce container of Cool Whip, directly into here. She's in. So I'm just going to, I can't do this with one hand, and I should have set it up on a tripod, but I'm going to go ahead and put the camera down for a minute. Okay, use a bigger bowl, my friends. I made a little bit of a mess. Anyway, when you look at it really close, you can see speckles of green. It's a very, very pretty. It's not the dark green anymore. It's a pastel green. So, into the 2 pie pans over here. It filled 2 9-inch graham cracker crust store-bought beautifully. And the reason I wanted store-bought, I have graham crackers and even just graham cracker crumbs, is because I wanted these, because I'm transporting one to my mom. I'm going to stick these in the fridge and let them set up just a little bit more, you know, because the gel and everything, it'll get harder. And then I'm going to get them out before I take them over there. And I'm going to put I'm going to make whipped cream instead of Cool Whip. Not just because I used all my Cool Whip just now, but because I think it'll be pretty out of one of the piping bags. So, again, I think it's beautiful. Really pretty, really pretty. 4 ingredients, you can't beat that. And if I wasn't filming it, I could have knocked it out in, you know, under 5 minutes. This is a keeper. This recipe is a keeper 10 out of 10 as far as I'm concerned. All right, I have some heavy whipping cream. I have some vanilla, and this is bottled because I make this myself. And I have powdered sugar. And I'm going to make whipping cream and stick it in a piping bag. Put the piping bag in the refrigerator so that it's ready to go when the pie is ready to go across town. I'm also going to grab a couple of these limes. I'll grab one. I'll grab one lime and I'll wash it up and get the zest and slice it, but not until the pie is ready to go. And there you have it. All right, I'm going to start putting together these, what are they called? White cheesy enchiladas, white cheesy chicken enchiladas. That's what I call them. So I've got some rotisserie chicken here that I'm gonna, you know, chop up smaller. I've got Monterey Jack cheese, sour cream, some Mexican 4 cheese, a can of original diced tomatoes with chilies, and I've got some green chili enchilada sauce. This is actually the second can. The first can is at the bottom here. Then I've got 2 jalapenos, half a white onion. No, it's a yellow onion, I'm sorry. And some parsley, because it was left over when I was making that pico de gallo. And then there's some soft white tortilla shells. They're taco size. I don't need to feed a huge crowd. I don't believe I'm going to have a huge crowd tonight because it's Friday night and all these guys are in their 20s. And they'll be out, what's it called, alley-catting? I don't know. I'm kidding. I don't know what they do. I don't want to know. So there's that. And I'll get that together. Oh, I'll show you the whipped cream. I've got the whipped cream in a haphazardly tied piping bag, and it's ready to go on top of these pies when they're ready to go. When I started all of this, my sink was clean and my dishes were all done. I'm thankful I have a dishwasher, really. I'm just booking it, trying to get this finished before the guys get home for dinner, if they get home. See, that's the problem. When they're adults, they don't feel like they need to say, I won't be home tonight, you know, until 11 or 12 or whatever. But anyway, enough about my kids. I take a taco-sized shell and I put into it a mix of those tomatoes with chilies, chicken, pulled rotisserie chicken, Mexican triple cheese, sour cream, and onions. Is that it? I think so. And then I roll them up, I come over here, and I lay them out. I'm just going to make 4. This is the last one. It'll go on the end right here. On the bottom is a bed of more chicken, more cheese, and more of this sauce. I end up using 2 cans of sauce. Well, maybe a can and a half. I did, in fact, use 2 cans of that chili enchilada with chilies in it. Here's my Monterey Jack. I'm going to spread it on and see if I need the whole block or not. Yes, I did need the whole block. I want it to be covered in cheese. There we go. I put just a small handful of the Mexican style 4-blend cheddar on top just to give it a little bit of color. And some chopped jalapeno, just really thinly chopped for color. I'm going to bake this at 375 for, maybe 30 minutes-ish. I'll see how it looks. I'm going to cover it with nonstick foil so the cheese doesn't get overdone on top. I'm just waiting for my oven to beep, and while I'm doing that, I wanted to give you all a heads up. I mentioned it in my community tab there's a widespread, I think it was something like 12 states, my state, Washington, is one of them, where ground beef has been recalled, and apparently it's an amazing amount of ground beef, and it was in styrofoam. At this point, was only those affected were in styrofoam with plastic over it. My last, and I mean my last, meat from Walmart came in chubs, so that they weren't, the ground beef, wasn't so far affected, but it's still in my freezer, and I won't be using it for a while until we see if this thing spreads, because sometimes they'll say, oh, it's just this brand and it's just in this state, and then it widens and it widens and it widens, more and more and more. So do check out, go online or look at my community tab where it'll tell you the link and also the states affected. And let's see if I can think of something happier to say. TGIF, everybody. TGIF. You won't see this until TGIS, I think. Saturday. Take care, everybody. I hope you have an amazing weekend. Bye. Well, I did it. I don't know if it's that pretty or not, but this one's got a line kind of, you can't tell, but I cut it thin and then I twisted it, but then the lid went on. So this one's going to my mom and dad's house, and this one's staying here. And I am done. And if you liked anything you saw, I hope you'll consider subscribing, giving me a thumbs up, and a comment if you feel. Take care, everybody, and have a great night.